I guess this will be your new home if you're not taking some bad poison. Here's proof. You think these are just for people who are sick? Look at this. It's double fenced. Double. Inside and outside electrified. They're not mucking around. This is the new world. The new world order's taking over. Do you believe it now? Do you? This is Australia. Look, it's double fenced. What more do you want? Look, double fenced. You see that? That's a fence, then another fence there. For those of you who don't think that this is serious, here's your proof. Because this is Brisbane, Australia. Was he? Cool, no problem. This is going out to the world. If we disappear, you know what happened.
All right, we have concentration camps, possibly extermination camps going up in our backyards. This is a very serious issue. They're using every excuse they can to justify building these camps up and sending people. The homeless population has been targeted for this, disallowed to actually just live on the streets, sent to these camps where who knows what happens. I think I might have a hunch. And now we're seeing more and more camps go up for things like disease, wildfires, flooding, these location-specific emergencies. But I'm very concerned about who's running the show here and what their intentions are. We know that they don't want the human population to grow and to blossom. That's what they mean when they say sustainable development. Basically, nobody should develop because then we'll have population growth.
Shalom, shalom. First off, we give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, Yahweh being true infinitely Father, Yahweh Shai being named for his only begotten Son, who our ignorantly calls God, and Jesus Christ. We give double honors to our apostles and elders, great millstone, to us the truth of will. Salutations to you, hopefully pushing this truth and honesty, sincerity. It's been Yahweh Sat. Give us the spirit power, Yahweh Shai. Give me another update in times and events. What you see here is a lot of concentration camps being built. We are living in these times, and you have to be mentally prepared that some of us will be cast into prison. Be mentally prepared or be aware that Esau is doing these things. He's planning on doing a lot of depopulation, by creating extermination camps, death camps for the people, in the midst of World War III and martial law, which is referred to as Jacob's trouble within the scriptures. There's various footages that's just shown, in this video here. Okay. And you can just see it, man. They've got these things built, This is, I think this one they mentioned is in Australia as far as this particular camp here. But this is going to be in all over the U.S. This is going to happen, So I got a few scriptures about going into being cast into prison. Okay, so let's get right into it. Alright, this is Revelation 12:12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time." So he knows that his time on this earth, this planet, is short. So he's coming down with great wrath, to kill the Lord's people, which is the Hebrew Israelites. Alright, and the vast majority, those are the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay, and then you have the Israelite foreigners. There are nations that I did not mention on that list that are still Israelites, but they look like the other nations, other Gentile heathen nations. but their descendants go back to Israelite, and their spirit resonates with this truth. Those are Israelites as well. But its vast majority, as far as the appearances goes, the face value for it, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, are the Hebrew Israelites. Okay? And Esau wants to do away with them and wants their blessing, their birthright. This is the book of Psalms 83, verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. Right? They've taken crafty counsel against the people to kill the people, and have consulted against the Lord's hidden ones, which is the Israelites. We're the ones that's been hidden, lost, scattered across the four corners of the earth. So they've got all types of plans to imprison and exterminate our people in mass numbers. Mass numbers, man. Look up Project Megiddo, which is written by the U.S. government. That's an actual plan, against the Israelites. Rex 84, different plans like that, man. Okay? Lamentations 4:18. They hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near, our days are fulfilled, for our end is come. Our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of the heaven. They pursued us upon the mountains. They laid way for us in the wilderness. So they're going to be actually sending out task force to hunt down the Lord's people, Lord's chosen, especially the elect, the 144,000 men. But the Lord says that, when the enemy comes in like a flood, he's going to lift up a standard against them. So we're not worried about it. Not all of us will be hemmed up. A lot of us are going to get spiritual powers and delivered. Some of us might be made martyrs again on this side, but it ain't going to happen to all of us. Okay? Esau's going to find that out the hard way. This is the book of Revelation 2:10. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Okay? So some of us, will be, like I said, be made martyrs. But you got to be faithful unto death, and chant this evil devil down all the way to the end. Okay? We don't fear none of these things that we shall suffer. It's part of the persecution. It's part of the work of suffering and dying for the Lord, and we gladly take that upon us. This is Hebrews 13:3. Remember them that are in bonds, as bound with them, and them which suffer adversity, as being yourselves also in the body. Okay, so remember those men that get locked up for the Lord, man. Okay, that suffer those bonds, that are bound. You got to remember. Pray for them that are in prison. The Lord's men and women that get hemmed up for this truth, and the Lord will deliver them. He will. Okay, this is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 4. And it reads here, and it says, but in all things approving ourselves as the ministers of Yahweh, in much patience and afflictions, in necessities and distresses, in stripes, in imprisonments, in tumults, in labor, in watchings and fastings. Okay? We're proving ourselves. And notice how it says imprisonments. So being locked up, being hemmed up in these camps, can happen to brothers, or just in prison in general. But when it comes to these death camps, these FEMA camps, these torture camps, that's punishment set for the wicked. It's not set aside for, the the Lord's men. Okay, the Lord's men that's as a vast majority. That's for the wicked, man, because those people are going to be getting tortured to death in there, experimented on. You know, great sufferings is coming to them. Okay, so you know, don't stress yourself out about it, and worry yourself, you know, about, hey, is this going to happen to me? How am I going to get out of this? Well, the scriptures tell you how you're going to get out of it, and that's going to be the help of the angels. Okay, so we're not worried about it. This is the book of Acts, chapter 12, verse 4. It says, "And when he had apprehended him, he put him in prison and delivered him to the 4 quarters of soldiers to keep him, intending after Easter to bring him forth to the people. Peter therefore was kept in prison, but prayer was made without ceasing of the church unto Yahweh for him. And when Herod would have brought him forth, the same night Peter was sleeping between 2 soldiers, bound with 2 chains. And the keepers before the door kept the prison. And behold, the angel of Yahweh came upon him, and a light shined in the prison. And he smote Peter on the side and raised him up, saying, Arise up quickly. And the chains fell off from his hands. And the angel said unto him, Gird thyself, bind on thy sandals. And so he did. And he saith unto him, Cast thy garment about thee, and follow me. And he went out and followed him, and was not that was true was done by the angel, but that he saw in a vision. Okay, so let him straight out of the prison. Okay, escaped. So when brothers get, you know, delivered into these camps, the same thing is going to happen. You know, many of us have been crucified and died for this already, and you know, in different past lives. You know, and this time around, the Lord's not going to have the exact same lot happen every single time. You know, he's gonna fight for his men and women. 2 Esdras 15 and 17. A man shall desire to go into the city and shall not be able. Right, in times of Jacob's trouble, lockdowns, barricades, highways shut down, checkpoints. You know, FEMA camps. These are the part of the things that's going to be taking place in the end days. Okay, so, but yeah, pretty much made the point on that, man. Lord's will is lessons edifying, and you know, sinks in the reality of what's really taking place in this earth. This is really going to happen. So with that, Lord's will is lessons edifying. I'm gonna close out. Give all praises, honor, glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Akakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders. Get millstone, touch the truth and will well. So I taste you, hopefully that person's truth, non sincerity. Shalom.